we are going to be working on error trapping a quadratic formula program. And if we run this to see what kind of an error that we are going to get, we're going to enter bad data basically for A, and we're going to enter 0, which should never happen. But in case somebody types it in, we have our discriminant gets calculated correctly, so that looks like it might be okay. But then we get these results where you get NaN and Infinity. So how do you deal with, these are obviously incorrect calculations. It can't be calculated, so we should probably try to create a robust program to deal with this. So if we scroll down, we are going to take a look at the section of code here. And first of all, I notice it's kind of not lined up very well. So remember our shortcut, Control K, and then Control D will reformat everything. But the bottom line is that we kind of just want to take all of our calculations, calculating the discriminant, and then calculating the solutions here. And we want to wrap those all inside a try block. So I'm going to highlight all of those lines of code, right click, go to snippet, surround with try. And there could be better ways to handle this, but I'm just going to show you how I'm going to handle it for right now. And so we've got our try catch block. And I'm going to go ahead and copy in some code that I had pre-written. But what we want to basically do is we get solution 1 and solution 2 are calculated. We know from our output that they produce a NaN, which is not a number, is what that stands for, and an infinity. And that's just not what we want. We want to know that it's really bad data. So there's this little line of code that we can use. And it's going to be an if statement after we do our calculations for the solutions. We can actually check to see if the solution 1, is infinity or is not a number, or if solution 2 is infinity or not a number. So we're checking all the possibilities, solution 1 and solution 2, and if that's the case, we're going to throw an arithmetic exception, which means we have to change our catch block. We want it to catch the arithmetic exception and give it the variable e for the parameter, and then we want to output a couple messages that would be appropriate. So the messages that we're going to output, if I just borrow my code that I had pre-written, is we're going to say error, calculation failed, and then we're going to output the message. Again, you want to clean up your code before we finish things up, so get rid of the extra lines here. You can always do the Control K, Control D in case things need to get lined up again. And then let's go ahead and try to run it with the same numbers that we had calculated before or used, which was a 0, a 4, and a 5. And now it's going to tell us that the calculation failed. And it's up to you if you want it to print the discriminant or not. I kind of like to have the discriminant print depending on what I'm determining. It's not necessary, but now we know that the calculation failed for those roots. Okay, and so that's how you can prevent NaN and Infinity errors.